Hey guys, Lante here, aka Lancet634, and this is League of Legends patch 9.12. As always, we have not, I have not read these patch notes prior to recording this. Don't follow PBE, don't follow Surrender at 20, so it's basically my initial reaction with no outside influences. So let's head on into the deets. We got some new skins, pretty nice looking. Got some Dark Star coming on. Mordekaiser rework. That's the big gist of it. So Mordekaiser's getting completely redone. The ult's pretty nuts. Besides that, he's gonna play like a Juggernaut a lot more. Easy to kite, but that ult is scary. It's probably gonna be pro pick ban for a long time. Think Yuumi. Think how initial Sion, initial Darius were. It was a mess. Ryze is losing mana for mana regen. His Q's losing a rank, so they're spreading the damage a little more. No longer grants a shield, so there's less outplay. Spell damage bonus is a little higher. And it's based off of Realm Warp's rank, which is huge. So you don't just put 1 point in ult and leave it. Lower movement speed early. Taking a little bit of tools out of the Q, it looks like. His W hits a little bit harder now, and it's a slow. Okay, the spell flux converts it to a root. So, been looking for this change actually since Ryze was made actually back in season 2 when I was playing for the first time. But point and click root like that on a mage is ridiculous when it's all skill shots and you just blow everyone up. So cool change. Promotes pros being good at the champion. Spell flux losing damage. Again, point and click spell. Lower cost early. Now he's always bounces off the primary target. That's pretty cool. So a little more forgiving there. Realm Warp now has 3 ranks instead of 2. And the Realm Warp is what bases your overload damage. So you can't just throw away your ultimate ranks and expect to get away with it, which is cool. Looks like the cast range is increased from minimum to maximum, and the cooldown is going to scale down to a little lower. So overall, I like the changes. Ryze is still going to be very good in pro play in the right hands. Faker's going to love it, but it'll take a little bit of getting used to. The lack of shield on the Q is going to be huge, but overall, good push to get him solo queue viable and pro viable. Sylas changes. Passive now stores 2 stacks for basic attacks, and the damage is up. Yikes. Okay, deals less damage to minions, but still, this is yikes. This is burst E, and it's base damage bursty. Okay, what else did they change? Lower the AP ratio on the Q, detonation damage, and the AoE is lower when on minions. Okay, whatever. Not too crazy. Less burst on the Q. That's compensating for the passive. Heal on W's increased. Base damage by 10. AP by 0.1. Okay. I don't know why they did that. His W's ridiculous. But everyone's learning it now. No longer shields himself with the E on first cast. Okay, cooldown's up late game, and second part gives you the shield. That second part giving the shield with an AP scaling. He could almost jungle with this kit. And it wouldn't even be an AP jungle. He could probably tank jungle. That'll be interesting to watch. See if Tank Sylas comes out in top or jungle with the base damage he has. The big thing is, and this is only the minions, this isn't the monsters. So look for some jungle Sylas, that'd be pretty cool. Yuumi changes. She gets more health, which is kind of a nerf actually. As everyone runs cut down. Passive, mana refund, reduced early game, cool. Shield, reduced late game, and AP on it. All smart changes, she's a monster. Q, bug fix, whatever. Enemies now getting an assist on Yuumi when damage to ally to statue. Okay, that's actually a nerf to Yuumi. but is more of a bug fix. It's not like a numbers nerf, but that's extra gold that's used to not be there. Adaptive shared damage is a lot smaller, and she gets some of the adaptive force, so she gets flat, and then a percentage of her attached allies adaptive force. Okay, so this just means her early game has a little more oomph to it, if that makes any sense. So if she's attached to an ally that have offensive stats, it's going to be a lot better. And Yumi's dash can be interrupted by immobilizing CC. Okay. That's really, really good. Surprised it wasn't everything to begin with. But now you can just, like, you know, root Annie ult it, stun her right between she jumps, kill her instantly. Some quality of life changes. Range rings no longer shown in Spectrum mode. That's pretty good. Stealth screen overlay. When attached to a stealth champion, good. The ally now has a ring around them that only Yumi can see. Okay, good. And that ring is for the Q, which is good. Simple balance changes. Aatrox. Passive cooldown much higher early, a little bit less light. And the R is now self-healing only, not all incoming healing. Okay, I like the R change. I think he's going to need to get that R touched again, just because it is ridiculous what he can do in that. Probably the movement speed needs to get ticked down a little at the end of everything. This passive's really good though. It gives him, you know, more of a punishing window in the early game. Ashe, W volley, cooldown dropped. Okay, I don't think she needed really any more power, but 1 less second on cooldown volley. Not too much of a buff actually, because you don't really run mana flow on Ashe. So if you spam the volley, you're just gonna run him. So it'll be interesting because you'll be able to spam it more late. And with Essence Reaver Rush, maybe that becomes more of a thing if you spamming volleys. Caitlyn, 2 base AD. Okay, I'm fine with it. I mean, it's gonna increase her win rate a smidge, but she could use it, so cool, whatever. Aurelia E cooldown increased, and the range reduced. This is huge. It's not even a cooldown, it's this range reduction. The range, now you have to relearn the range of Aurelia's E on top of the cooldown. This is, might not take her out of pros, but this is gonna hurt for solo queue and for people that don't play too much, because you don't have that champion familiarity anymore. Your E, you're gonna be missing E's because of the range change. Karma slow on Q increased 10%, and her E inspire mana cost down 10 mana all ranks. Movement speed duration is now 2.5, matches the shield. Okay, Karma's already really good. I don't know why they touched her. Expect Karma support to hit pro play now, and possibly even Karma mid, Karma top type of thing. The movement speed is really, really good. The extra slow on the Q is really good. I mean, her damage is already great. Look for more Karma, especially in higher elo. Lulu, she got some visual effects updates. Cool, cool, cool. E shield increased by 10 all ranks. Mana cost down 5 at all ranks. Okay, and cleaned up all her other spells. I really don't think she needs a buff either. This is more just because she is so low in solo queue at the moment and she's not getting played in pros. So they're like, oh, we can give her a smidge. This little smidge is pro players in high elo is going to just take it and run. Her win rate's going to go through the roof for how big of a change this is. Normally you expect maybe a 0.5% on that. I wouldn't be surprised if she breaks 50 with this change, just because it's going to pull everyone back to playing her. Master Yi bug on Double Strike. That's scary because he's already really strong. Once more, by the way, that's just 1 more second on his passive for Double Strike. Ridiculous. Q, Nautilus down, 20 damage, early game. Thank you. Don't need that in the support role or any role really, because you know you hit a Q, you get a free auto on that. That's a root, that's a stun, and then you just have a follow-up jungle. It's instant kill. I think it's a good change. I'd actually like to see it go lower early game. The rank 5 damage is fine, but maybe even lower on that, just because of how much CC he brings to the table. It's ridiculous, but good change on the way. Zac, more damage early game on his W. This is to counteract the weakness of his revert. Knockback distance changed, so it's from where the unit is, not where Zac is. That's good. So he gets more cell divisions when that happens. That's a good buff. You know, may or may not see him in pro play with that. Tank junglers are pretty much in kinda. They've got their place, and he's in engage, so I could see, you know, get the Meteos watch out. Meteos is going to be all over this Zac play probably, because it's going to feel familiar. It's not going to be hard for him to pick it up. He knows the champion. He'll probably pull it out at some point. Items Corrupting Pot. They flat. Okay, they took the scaling out of this item, and that's a big deal. I mean, 15 burn damage over 3 seconds. It's 5 per tick. Good stuff still. But no longer having the scaling. I mean, even at like level 2, it's like 1 more damage or whatever. So it's a little less damage, and specifically probably top and mid lane, because there are the people that are buying it. Overall, I think it's a good move. People in solo queue don't, well, you get it, but you don't utilize it like pros do. So, solid change. Shouldn't really impact too much. Balance changes. Nerfs. Fiora nerf, Jhin nerf, Kassadin, Katarina, Lux, Nidalee, Quinn, Rek'Sai, Sedge. Sona gets nerfed again. Holy. Tahm Kench nerf. Talon, Trundle, and Mordekaiser. Really surprised that the Lux, well, it's just 2% more damage taken for Lux. That's fine. Katarina getting nerfed, surprised. I don't see her popping off too often in ARAM. Kassadin, no surprise there. Jhin, no surprise there. If you look at my match history, you'll know why. And Fiora, I've been pretty high on Fiora in ARAM the last couple patches, and it's about time that saw a nerf, because Fiora can be pretty nuts. Buffs went to Corki, Elise, Fizz, Galio, Illaoi, Jarvan, Karthus, Kled, Nocturne, Riven, Swain, Yorick. I'm surprised about the Karthus one, but it's just this tankiness. Again, I think that's good. Jarvan, 5% more damage dealt, 5% less damage taken. Jarvan's going to be a much better pick than where he was. Illaoi buff, really good. She's already was kind of there. Same with Galio. All good picks. Elise getting less damage taken. Doesn't really impact her build. You go full AP, you poke with W. And Corki, we've got more damage dealt, less damage taken. That's going to be pretty nuts on Corki, actually. He's going to probably go up the rankings for an ARAM champion at least. Visual effects updates. Amumu, cool beans. I like new visuals. Tryndamere and Ziggs, really good, really needed on all 3 of them. I'm excited to see how that is in game. Bug fixes. The surrender box can now be properly moved around, thank God. Okay. Nidalee spears adjusted for colorblind players. Colorblind players are people too. Okay, Jin's bouncing grenade now bounces to other targets even if its damage is consumed by spell shield. That is a huge bug fix. That probably makes Jhin actually win that matchup now against Sivir. Think about that. Upcoming skins, we already went over this, but it's Dark Cosmic Jhin, Dark Star Karma, Dark Star Shaco, all pretty good. Kind of interested to see if the Dark Star event comes back, but that was a Thresh only mode. I don't think it will, but it'd be cool to see him throw that back up for us for a rotating game mode for like 2 weeks. If it is, you will definitely see me stream that. At least a couple of games of it. It's pretty fun. It's pretty nuts. And of course, you got chromas for Karma, Shaco, and Braum. Dragon Slayer gets a few new ones. Not bad. And that's it for 9.12, guys. What do you guys think about this patch? What do you guys think about what my opinions are on it? You think I'm right? You think I'm wrong? You think, you know, Lulu's going to be terrible still even after that buff? You know, let me know in the comments below. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you want more of this content. Third time doing it, so hopefully we're getting better at this. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.